So my childhood fuels my research, and 5 women in my family were garment workers. And so, this is what they did for a living, piecework. They made clothing. And so only 2 of those women spent their leisure time embroidering or doing applique or quilt making. That was my mother and my maternal grandmother. And so that for me is just really intriguing because I don't know, a lot of us do work that we are paid for that we don't necessarily enjoy. And then, in our leisure time, we do things we enjoy. But at least in the case of my mother and grandmother, they both sort of continued or had an abiding interest in needlework. So my focus so far has been looking through the materials related to Mary Ann Beinecke. She hoped that the nonprofit home study course would spark little embroidery groups being founded all over the United States, which would straighten out confusing embroidery terminology. If you know about embroidery terminology, it varies from region to region, from country to country, from time and place. She had these needlery ventures, so the Needlery School, cloth shop, hand weaving projects. She founded the school to establish standards for judging needlery teachers. And this kept embroiderers in touch with each other in their areas. And she says, I'm thinking that one thing we should really start on this island is a school of bindery. But my real dream is to start a correspondence school of weaving, she says, her eyes sparkling. So this is from newspaper article, Embroidery is for the Young. So I think one of the things that Mary Ann and Erica Wilson tried to do with embroidery was to dismantle, I guess, the stereotypes that we have of embroidery as for grannies, which I think grannies are wonderful. But when you look at or when you see things about embroidery, it's usually old-fashioned, fusty grannies, not something that like the young, hip kids are into. But there was a series of articles in newspapers in the late 60s that really were pushing, this is a new, like the teenagers are really, really into it.